Hi everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. So today it's the 5th of the 5th, 23. We've got the 5-5 portal, and I wanted to just jump on quickly just to talk about what we can do to help ourselves on this very important day. So it's a very important day for manifesting and setting intentions, and also to pledging allegiances. There's been various drives here in the UK for school children and people to pledge their allegiance to, I don't want to say the name because it energises it, but you know, the fake king, we all know who I'm talking about. And they're doing this in a very underhanded way, because today, astrologically, if you pledge your allegiance and you set your intention, it's extremely powerful. So this is why they have chosen the date for that thing where you sit on a throne tomorrow, and then the children today are at school all celebrating it, and they want the kids to pledge their allegiance. So it's important really that we pledge our allegiance wherever we want and not what we don't want. So for example, this morning, what I've done, my allegiance for today, and I'm very clear on this, I've set my allegiance, this is what I've said. So I've said that I pledge my allegiance to the Great Spirit and the Source, because that's where I want to direct my energy, and that's where I pledge my allegiance, to the source energy, not to anybody else fake or any assumed power. My allegiance is clearly and purely with the source. And then I've also pledged that I will fulfill my soul mission. So that's important to me. I want to make sure that I fulfill my soul mission on this lifetime. And also I've been thinking about what I want to manifest on this day. So I am going to, in the future, have healing retreats, a healing sanctuary. So I am very focused on that. I'm thinking about it, and I'm envisaging it. I'm thinking about where I'm going to have this place. I've not acquired the land or anything yet, but this is what I'm going to do. So I'm very focused on setting my intention on that, and I'm going to be very careful to do that today, and I'm going to stop off social media. I don't want to get dragged into any of that. So it's just a case of very clearly intending that I'm setting my allegiance to the Great Spirit, the Source, and that I'm going to manifest what I want, like manifest that I fulfill my soul contract, and that, you know, I manifest what I want in my life going forward. So another thing I want to talk about is those little words, I do not consent. So many of us have had challenges around that in the last 3 years, let's say. We've had to really stand in our power and say, I do not consent. I know I've done videos on this before, but I would just like to remind everybody the power of I do not consent. So because they've got such a drive here to make us pledge allegiance to that person that I keep telling you about that wears a crown, I'm going to specifically say, and I have stated very clearly, I do not consent to pledge allegiance to the king. I do not consent, because if they've put any implied consent on us, I'm specifically stating that I do not consent, and then that undoes any of their collective pledges that they might think, that they assume that they can make. So, you know, this is just reminding you, I do not consent is a really powerful thing. So if you look at the skies today here, they've been like this all week, just totally grey. We've been assaulted by aeroplanes. Again, I've got to be careful what I say, because I've already had a strike here on YouTube. So we've been assaulted by aeroplanes spraying things on us all week, and we've had these grey skies. Every time I see one, I mean, they're that grey you can't even see the planes now, but when it did come a bit bluer, every time I see one of those, I specifically state, I do not consent, because I do not consent to that. So I'm being very clear that I do not consent. So I just wanted to get on today just to remind everybody of your power. You are a sovereign being. If you don't want to consent to something, specifically state it. Don't just, you know, go along with it. If you are a hunter and you want to hunt, you know, when we used to live more primitive lives, if you go hunting, you need to specifically set your intention, and you need to point your arrow specifically at whatever you want to, you know, I know it's not a very nice thing to say, but when we used to rely on hunter-gathering, to survival, you would need to hunt an animal. You have to specifically set your intention and set your arrow to capture that animal. It's no good just shooting it aimlessly and hoping for the best. You've got to be specifically intending it. So this is where I'm coming from today, with specifically intending what you do and don't want to manifest, because today is a really magical day. So I want you all, I invite you all, it's entirely up to you, you're sovereign free beings, but I invite you all to be very specific about your intentions of what you do and don't want to do. And also you can say that, you know, if in the past, let's say you've had a change of heart, because we've all had to learn a lot these last few years, you can say, I rescind any former contracts, and you know, you bring them back and start again. So let's say you're watching this video, I don't know, not on today, let's say it's a few weeks after the 5th of the 5th, 23, and you're thinking, oh goodness, I got duped, I did actually pledge my allegiance, or I didn't, or I used to, or I did when I was a child, or whatever, because, you know, we've all been duped, let's be honest. Just say to yourself, I rescind any former pledges, and this is my new pledge. So you break in the contracts of any contracts you might have made, and you start again. So if you're watching this at a later time, it doesn't matter. You can rescind any further contracts and start from where you intend to go, and set your intention for the 5th of the 5th portal, even if you're watching this a fortnight later. It doesn't matter. Remember, time doesn't count, but if you specifically set that intention, it will be equally as powerful. All right, well, I hope that makes sense to you all. Remember gillianengland.com if you want to find out what I do, and also my new Telegram, because as you all know, I deleted my last one. I'll put the links below, and sending you all, if you've not subscribed already and you like my videos, please subscribe, and sending you all loads of love on this portal day, and lots of love for now. Bye.